Hey everyone, welcome back to ATX VGC's Monday Night Friendlies. So we are here tonight with the very first of the Series 7 for Monday Night Friendlies. We are so excited to bring these to y'all. We've got 4 incredible battles lined up, and it's actually a week where none of the 4 of us will be playing, which is also super unique and doesn't happen every week. A lot of excitement coming in from the Discord as everyone's highly anticipating Series 7. So we're really excited to bring these to you.
Hey guys, what's going on? We are back once again with our second round of Monday Night Friendlies. And real quick, I noticed we have some new viewers in our Discord, so I am going to go ahead and ! Discord in the chat, which can take you to the ATX VGC Discord. That is how you can participate in the Monday Night Friendlies, which you are watching here tonight. Rollercoaster, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
Oh man, I am excited to be here, I'll tell you that. Series 7 is well on its way, and less than a week before the format comes to us, here we are tonight, Monday Night Friendlies. Poltergeist, thanks for the follow.
Yeah, I'm glad that everyone was able to get teams together so quickly and be able to do stuff. Real quick, I'd like to say, Flossie's talking about how she expected she just called the leads wrong. Like game 1, she was expecting the Charizard, and game 2, she was expecting the Trick Room. I'd say that the leads that she had, if they'd matched up against the things that she wanted, would have been great.
Yeah, I agree. That's definitely a tough matchup. The Thievul, I think, is pretty cool. Maybe just doesn't have enough pressure for the teams that she was going up against. I mean, the Metagross, I know it's a dark type going up against a psychic type, but Metagross has access to that hammer arm, and even if it didn't, the Steel Spike is massive pressure going into it. So
yeah, the Metagross and Trick Room super hard to deal with, but that Thievul's a cool support Pokemon. I always think it's really cool when people manage to make it work. So it's pretty good stuff. And now we have our second match of the night. We've got Wave versus Bat.
They have the same AV there too. That's kind of funny.
Oh dang, that's sick. And let's see what teams we got here. Bat has Tyranitar, Kartana, Tapu Fini, Cresselia, apparently a favorite of hers, Landorus, and Heatran, so very cool team. And then Wave has Ghost Horse, I don't know its actual name, Metagross, Mimikyu, Tornadus, Lapras, and Rotom Heat. So there could be some...
I think Ghost Horse is like Spectrier. I think that's how you say it.
No, yeah, that's it. That's correct. I will probably continuously for my life refer to it as Ghost Horse because I've committed to calling Glacier Ice Horse.
I am all for that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, Ghost Horse and Ice Horse.
Ice Horse is definitely one of the cooler designs in the addition to the new Pokemon.
Sick. It's got like a crazy mask on. I love it.
I love it. Yeah, it's really cool. Definitely scary. Very intimidating. Cool ability as well.
Oh yeah, Moxie, but with sicker names and one for special attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. So we're getting into the game. Let's see what they chose to go with for the leads. Bat's gonna go ahead and send out Tyranitar and Kartana. Very interesting. That's a lead that I'm not familiar with it, so I don't know exactly what it's gonna try to do. And then Wave's gonna send out Thunder it, Tornadus. Got there eventually, and Lapras. So potentially something like a Tailwind and a Max Resonance into the Kartana is probably your best target for it. Kartana, though being neutral to ice, has very, very poor special defense, so it isn't going to like taking the hit.
Yeah, to me it looks like our two players here have two different motives. So it looks kind of like Bat is ready to just jump right into the aggressive part of the stages, and it looks kind of like Wave wants to get things set up, maybe get a Tailwind going with the Tornadus, and perhaps even a Resonance with the Lapras we could see as well.
I would say that that Tailwind's going to be super, super crucial because Lapras isn't going to want to take either an Overgrowth or a Leaf Blade or a Rock Slide or a Max Rockfall. Bat's going to decide that she doesn't want her Kartana taking any big damage. It's going to switch out for Tapu Fini, which would take a Max Resonance much better. I would say it's not going to take a lot of damage at all. And set up the Misty Terrain, so no potential for like any burns. paralysis, sleep, or anything like that. Although I don't think Tornadus gets anything that does that.
Yeah, but it does look like Wave is going to go ahead and pull out the Friend Ball and make the Lapras very big here with the Gigantamax. Most likely going to be a Resonance, or it could even just be trying to change the weather with a Max Geyser, targeting down this Tyranitar.
Ooh, Bat's going to be going for the max onto her Tyranitar. Potentially hoping for a max Geyser into it so it can get its weakness policy procced and then set up the sand in reverse. But I say it's a solid choice. Tyranitar maxed and with the sandstorm up isn't going to take much from a Geyser if that's what's coming its way.
Yeah, so
Did you see the Tailwind come out? Yeah.
Go ahead.
We see the Tailwind come out from the Tornadus. Lapras goes for the Resonance. The thing that Lapras loves to do into the Tapu Fini. Doesn't take any damage at all. It soaks up that hit super easily. Oh, thank you, Chase, for subscribing for 2 months. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. So
And
we do
Max
see the
Rockfalls-
Rockfall come from the Tyranitar. It's going to target down that Lapras slot. No weakness policy was procced, but it still does 50% to the Lapras, even through the Resonance. That's big damage.
Yeah, that's not honestly more damage than I thought that the Lapras would have taken through the Resonance. Personally, my Tyranitar doesn't do that big damage unless it has its weakness policy proc, so that might have just like a more offensive one.
Maybe the
we didn't
Lapras
see
could
any-
be a little weaker as well.
That is also a potential. We didn't see any form of weakness policy proc or life orb residual damage, so the only other item I would ever have on a Lapras would be that light clay, so that means that those screens are going to be up for 8 turns.
Yeah, very good point there. Looks like Wave is kind of cycling through plays that they're going to use. Oh, Amy, thank you for cheering for the 100. I think they're called bits.
Bits, yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
I
we go.
love that animation. That's sick, Gemma.
Yeah, really cool. So we are going to see the Tapu Fini just go straight for the taunt, or for the
Go for
protect,
protect, yeah.
and we're going to see the taunt go into the protect. Looks like just another Resonance coming out through the protect. It's going to do probably about 5 to 10 max HP, probably not even that much.
Mhm.
Another Rockfall just coming from this Tyranitar on that side of the field, targeting down this Lapras. Brings it down to 6 HP. It's not going to live through the turn because the Sandstorm damage is going to be enough to knock it off the field.
Yeah, probably a tough call from Wave's perspective. It looks like Lapras doesn't have anything to hit the Fini for super effective damage, and it doesn't want to trigger a weakness policy on the Tyranitar. The unfortunate thing is that Lapras was just in range of 2 Rockfalls plus Sand Chip anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point there. So we are going to see Wave just bring out the Metagross here, but Wave is through the Dynamax turns with the Lapras going down. So there will be no more of that on Wave's side of the field. However, this Tyranitar does have 1 turn left of its Dynamax.
Yeah, I assume that Metagross is a weakness policy Metagross. Most of them are. The screens is going to make it even more annoying to deal with because you don't want to hit it and then just proc it. But I imagine that Bat's probably just going to go for like a target into the Tornadus, seeing it's not going to take a Rockfall very well, even with the screens up. Bat does switch out Tapu Fini for... Oh, okay. Tapu Fini gets switched out for Kartana. Tornadus goes for Breaking Swipe. That's what it's called, right? Brutal Swing. And triggering the Metagross's own weakness policy. Stomping Tantrum comes out, which still hits Kartana for neutral damage. Doesn't get the KO, though, because of Kartana's decent, actually very solid physical defense. Rockfall comes out for the Tyranitar and gets rid of the Tornadus.
Yeah, Ruben, thanks for the follow. That is going to be a critical hit, but the super effective move from Tyranitar, that is not going to make any bit of difference. That probably just killed like 7 tornadoes there.
Yeah, the
If
crit
you guys-
killed 7 tornadoes.
If you guys join our Discord, one night at 4 in the morning, you could possibly see Chase calc that spread right there, or that attack.
So Bat does have the Pokemon advantage. However, things don't look that bad for Wave right now. I believe that Ghost Horse is faster than Kartana, and I know it's a special attacker, so very much could get the KO onto the Kartana. Bat seems to know that and just wants to Kartana get out of there. And Landorus is going to come in with Clear Body. That's not going to be able to get Intimidate onto onto the Metagross, and Metagross now offers steel damage into the Tyranitar, and at +2, it can probably get the KO, but Bat just decides to reposition by protecting the Tyranitar.
Yeah, so the Spectre is just going to go straight for the Shadow Ball, targeting down that Landorus, so that Intimidate's not going to do anything this time around for Spectre. And we do see the Meteor Mash just go straight into the Protect by the Tyranitar. So this Tyranitar is sticking around for quite some time. It's only gotten so far like 1 HP off of its...
Oh yeah,
whatever it's called.
One little bit of chip from the Brutal Swing. So that Landorus could go for an Earthquake. Unfortunately, Bat doesn't have any Earthquake immunities that she brought with her on the team. So it's going to hit the whole field. It is one of those cases of like, okay, just going for Rock Slide. In the double miss. Probably hoping dodge for a flinch because you don't want to Earthquake your own Tyranitar. Shadow Ball was a 2-hit KO. It looks like that wasn't a roll, or if it was, Bat just got the roll. Oh my god, I forgot! It has Special Moxie!
Grimnay is very cool here, as we are going to see the Meteor Mash go off into the Tyranitar, and the Weakness Policy procced. That is big damage.
It got the attack boost from the Meteor Mash.
Yeah, so we're going to see a +3 attack Metagross on the field. That is scary.
Yeah, this is actually now a really, really rough position for Bat. The screen's still up. Metagross or Ghost Horse hasn't taken that much damage. They both just got an offensive boost.
Gemma, thanks for the gift subs. That's awesome. So we're going to have five new subscribers. That is really good. Awesome.
So, and this, I never like to count people out, but it's going to be a real, I don't really see any ways out for Bat. I would assume that, like, you'd need crits for sure, and you'd need your Kartana to be faster. Yeah, Bat just knows that it's kind of over. That Rock Slide double miss potentially wouldn't have gotten Bat that much. I think she needed it. She was fishing for some flinches there to kind of get some momentum back on her favor, but obviously, like, you know, we don't know how much damage it would have done to Ghost Horse, and it definitely didn't get the flinch because of the double miss. That double miss was really, really unfortunate.
Yeah, so I do think there's a couple of things that I think both of our players can make some adjustments here. I think Wave kind of fell back a little bit by Dynamaxing the Lapras, as it does only have the 2 attacks instead of the standard max lightning. But I do think the change that Bat could potentially make is not switching out so much. I think that they were very far forward in the game, and then there was a couple of times where Wave, I don't think, was going to do a whole lot to Bat's side of the field, but they ended up making a switch where they it prevented Bat from being able to do as much as they could have gotten out of the turns. Would you agree with that, Rollercoaster? Or
I don't know. I'd say that, like, all of her switches made kind of a lot of sense. She didn't want to get the KOs. She was trying to play more defensively. It is just, the problem is that Bat didn't have anything that was able to take care of the Metagross or the Ghost Horse before it started snowballing. I think that potentially something that she might try to do this turn is slow play it a little bit more. So she did get the early advantage by getting the KO on the Tornadus and the Lapras, but it turns out that that was kind of the end game that Wave had been working towards the whole time. So potentially is playing things a bit slower if the Lapras is the lead again, and trying to withstand your Dynamax and then reverse sweeping with your offensive momentum.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree. Looks like our players are making their choices now. Looks like Wave just locked in their final choice.
Yeah, and Bat would seem to have already been locked in. Potentially she already has like a solid battle plan for this next game. I'm very interested to see what changes made. Like the horse and Metagross behind screens does seem very, very scary.
Yeah, I would agree. Especially the horse has an assault vest as well, so that's just insanely bulky.
Yeah. Mimikyu and Metagross come out, and Cresselia and Tyranitar come out. This is honestly pretty scary because I would assume that Mimikyu had Shadow Sneak, and I don't think that Tyranitar takes a +2 Steel Spike very well, and I'm not entirely sure how well Cresselia takes it either. So It looks like Wave's putting on a lot of offensive pressure right now. Bat's basically gonna need to call who's gonna be the target. I think that she needs to make a read of who's being attacked right now. Potentially going for something like a protect and a trick room might be able to get her the game. If Metagross is faster than Tyranitar even outside of Tailwind, so protecting Tyranitar, getting a weakness policy boost, and then setting up a trick room so that you can do more damage is potentially something that she'll want to go for.
Yeah,
oh,
so
it just switched up the Tyranitar.
The Tyranitar is going to come out on Bat's side of the field, switching in for a Heatran actually. Will-O-Wisp is going to come out and it is going to activate that Flash Fire. So that is a really great switch there by Bat. Meteor Mash is going to go into the Tyranitar. Oh, no, it's going to go into the Cresselia, doing about 25%. Trick Room is going to come up from the Cresselia.
Yeah, and what was like a super scary lead and like a potential like just huge shift of momentum in Wave's favor, Bat has a really great turn and like puts kind of like the reverse situation in her favor. Now, something that you might want to do is try to take care of that Mimikyu as soon as possible. Cresselia is just going to go for a helping hand, boost out a now Flash Fire boosted Heat Wave, presumably. Metagross is going to go for the Protect, which is good because you're not dealing damage through Protect, so you're not proccing a weakness policy. Heat Wave's going to come out. This will break the disguise on the Mimikyu. Yeah, so it goes down, and Mimikyu, presumably, if it has it, is going to try and reverse the Trick Room.
Yeah, and it looks like that's exactly what we're going to see here, Roller Coaster. So pretty good play there. I'm not sure if this Cresselia has Icy Wind on it or not, but I think a really good play there would have been to Icy Wind to proc the decoy, and then to Heat Wave on top of that, because that's going to do a ton of damage into the Mimikyu.
Yeah, trying to potentially, something like a break of the disguise and a flash cannon could have been really good. But yeah, I don't blame her just for going for the helping hands Heat Wave, because if the Metagross chooses to max that turn and takes out your Heatran with a Stomping Tantrum or Max Quake, which I don't know how well this Heatran takes. It could be Shucka Berry, it could be not. Then you don't lose your max and you can go into the Tyranitar and fire back with a max darkness. Heatran's going to switch out, maybe into Landorus if it's there. No, it's just going to be a Tapu Fini. I assume the Cresselia is going to want to try and set up a Trick Room again, or maybe even just try to get rid of that Mimikyu.
Yeah, so we are going to see the Tapu Fini come in, setting that Misty Terrain, actually boosting that Play Rough for the Mimikyu, not doing a whole lot of damage into the bulky Cresselia though. And we are going to see a Stomping Tantrum come from the Metagross, now targeting down that Tapu Fini, not doing a whole lot of damage there as well. And we are going to see some chip damage from the Cresselia go into the Mimikyu.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
We've just been asked to remind you that dragon damage is to cut from Misty Terrain. Fairy type moves are not boosted. Now things are still Mimikyu's still in the field and Trick Room isn't up, so Metagross is kind of free to kind of go crazy here. Bat really wants Trick Room up, and I'm not entirely sure if she'll be able to get it if Wave goes for a weakness policy proc into the Metagross and just goes for the KO, because I assume the Cresselia is in range at this point.
Mm-hmm. So we are going to see the Metagross max here, and from what it looked like, I think I saw Wave click the Shadow Sneak coming from the Mimikyu, so we could possibly see the weakness policy proc here on Wave side of the field. So we do see the Mimikyu Shadow Sneak into its own ally there, the Metagross, and we are going to see the weakness policy proc. Potentially a Steel Spike going into the Cresselia here.
Moonblast is going to come into Mimikyu first, get the KO onto the Mimikyu, which means that if Cresselia lives the turn, Trick Room will go up and Wave will not be able to reverse it. Steel Spike comes out into the Cresselia. I don't think it survives. Yeah, it goes down to it. And now Metagross is at +1 defense, +2 attack, and less relevance, +2 special attack.
All right, so we do see that Wave does have the Tornadus and the Lapras still sitting in the back. So that is something that's good to note.
Yeah. Wave has the option to go into the Tornadus, set up another Tailwind because Bat just lost her speed control option. And now I think Bat's going to have to kind of like play this. Oh, interesting. Goes for the Lapras. So we did see that Tyranitar was slower than Metagross after Tailwind and procced. It looks like a really safe Steel Spike into the Tyranitar. It depends on, even if Bat goes for something like Protect, or like even a switch to Heatran, it's not gonna be able to take the next oncoming attack. So basically you can pressure that spot into just not doing anything this turn. The only thing that might be kind of bad is if Tapu Fini gets up a Calm Mind, protects, and then is able to like geyser its way to victory. Does looks like Bat's going for the max this turn though.
Yeah, so we are going to see the Dynamax here. Going to be the Tyranitar from Bat. I think we. I'm not going to say it yet, actually.
Yeah. If a Steel Spike's going into that Tyranitar, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, Sing. Sing in the Misty Terrain isn't going to do anything. Oh God! I'm so scared for what's about to happen. I like the play, but I'm horrified.
So we are going to see another form of self-proc here. This time it's going to be a Moonblast going into the Tyranitar. Steel Spike going into the Tapu Fini. Going to get another defense boost. Is enough to take the Tapu Fini out. So this Metagross is now at +2 defense, +2 attack. So that is something to note.
Yeah, and Max Darkness is going to come out from this Tyranitar. It's at +2, but Metagross is at +2 defense. It does a lot, but just shy of the knockout.
Yeah, so this Metagross is still hanging on. They are going to lose one tier of special defense. That is something to note, as well as this Tyranitar seems to be putting in work and is now helping out its special attacking ally Heatran here.
Yeah, I'd just like to say I really like that play from Batson. She basically says, I'm pretty far behind, so I'm just going to make a hard read. You're going to attack my Tapu Fini. I'm going to trigger my own weakness policy with a Moonblast, and then go from there. Heatran goes for the Protect. Tyranitar goes for the Max Guard. Okay, so if Metagross didn't go for an attack onto Heatran, it doesn't get anything out of the turn. Steel Spike's going to come out into the Tyranitar. Into the Protect, so no defense boost. Now the Metagross is in range of either a Max Darkness from Tyranitar or a Heat Wave from Heatran, and I don't think Lapras is going to appreciate the Heat Wave too much, either being at -1 special defense.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree, Rollercoaster. Let's see, it looks like Bat is down to the last two Pokemon, and it is good to keep in mind that there is still a Tornadus in the back for Wave.
Yeah.
Heatran is going to go for the double protect. It's not going to land this time around. Hydro Pump's going to come out from the Lapras, but it is going to dodge. That's pretty big. And the Meteor Mash is going to come out before anything from the Tyranitar, and it is going to be enough to take it out. So that is a massive Meteor Mash coming from the Metagross.
Yeah, I think that the probably best play would have just been to attack with both your Mons and then try to win with whoever's survived. But it looks like Bat needed both of her pieces in order to win the game, because I think she probably just need to dodge the right attacks. Because the Hydro Pump just does way too much damage, and the Heatran slower. Oh, it was faster than the Metagross though. Ooh,
wow.
That's rough. It had been faster than the Metagross this whole time. That's something unfortunate that you don't find out in the first. There was never an opportunity to really test for that information.
And we do actually see the Life Orb this time, as last time the Heat Wave missed the only target that it could have landed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but I think that it's scary when there's the Metagross on the field. It can proc its weakness policy at any point. Wave's just going for 100% accurate move on the Lapras to guarantee the knockout. It's going to be a wrap up from there. Both players played really great. I really like the tech of setting up screens for your bulky Mons that can boost their own attack output with either weakness policy or Grim Nay, I believe it's called. Very spooky. And a really great play by Bat that turned what was looking like no way for her to win it to like way to her having a chance. So I'm very impressed with both of these people. That Moon Blast play, though it did not win the game, won all of our hearts.
Yeah, absolutely, roller coasters. So we will be taking a quick break.
Hey, you like that video? We think you should check this out, and YouTube thinks you should check this one out. And be sure to subscribe for more content.